Crisis or mini crisis? I don't know, but three defeats in a row is definitely not ideal in all competitions. I'm gonna talk about Liverpool's form because it's the team that I support and what needs to change after the international break. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Without any further ado, let's get into this one, man. So normally I upload. I go into FootMob. That's when I get statistics up. But I feel like this is a much needed conversation. I feel like this needs to be spoken from the heart. You feel me? So obviously we started off the season like performances weren't great, but was getting the wins, showing our mentality, given that everything that's happened both on and off the pitch. But obviously since then we've lost three games back to back. Performances has gotten worse, and because of that, results has gotten worse. And now we are second in the Premier League. We're second. We was top the first time. We haven't been top for well over a year or joint top. It's crazy, huh? Arne Slott's done a fantastic job. But yeah, man, I feel like adversity has hit and it's real. And this is the biggest test of his managerial career so far, given how much we spent and we look worse given the investment that we've made. So obviously before I get into everything, let me just get this out of the way. I fully stand by the team, stand by the manager, stand by the whole club. You understand? Every team goes through a rough patch. Every team goes through a rough patch. I don't like it, but at the end of the day, this is football, innit? Football, these things can happen. 1 minute you're on cloud nine, the next minute you're wondering what the hell's happening to your team, and you just have to stick by them, man, because Arne Slot deserves the time and the players deserves the right to fix whatever's going on right now. They did not win the Premier League last season for no reason. In his first season, managed to tweak the things that Klopp's done, and in doing so, brought us number 20. People are saying that he's running off Klopp's coattails. Absolute nonsense. People are saying that he's running off Klopp's juice. Absolute nonsense. His tactical nouts of last season, his in-game management is the MVP of us, as well as Salah, Van Dijk, Alisson, the rest of the other players rising to the occasion. You understand? But Arne Slot was the MVP of last season, so because of that, he deserves the right to get our backing, my backing in particular, and also, um, you know, give him time to fix whatever's going on, find the right balance in the team, fix whatever's going on, and pick his best starting 11. I don't feel like he knows his starting 11. You understand? And as for the players, some of the players are not performing, and because of that, as a collective, we ain't performing. Build up play poor, defensive structure non-existent, attack zero fluidity, and yeah, man, it's coming back to bite us. But now I can get on to serious stuff now after getting that out of the way. I feel like the five issues regarding Liverpool right now that Arne Slot needs to fix by the time we play Manchester United, because that's a big game and that's actually the perfect game to get back to winning ways. But playing at Anfield, we'll get behind them. The players will feel the energy and that will help them to perform hopefully. But number one, pressing. We can't press. We can't press. I know last season Salah made the deal with Arne Slot regards to the pressing thing, less defensive duties. But this season, as we saw against Chelsea, they exploited that. Cucurella and Gusto exploited that. Cucurella said it in his post match, the weakness in our team, and he exploited that. You understand? And I feel like obviously, if people are saying Salah needs to be dropped, rightly so, in it because he's badly out of form. You understand? But the way we press is like we can't press as a team. You understand? And because of that, the midfield gets exposed, and because the midfield gets exposed, and the defense are in trouble. You understand? So Arne Slot needs to reassess what's happening with the press and make sure the pressing game is back on board. You understand? It's back in charge because we've been known for being pressing machines. You understand? We need to get back to that ASAP. Number two, defensive structure. Non-existent in terms of defensive structure, man. Non-existent. You understand? Because as I was on to football, but obviously I'm going on to football. As we can see, we're second, three defeats in a row. Away from home, the away form has been poor, very poor performances as well. And the defensive structure, yeah, man, it's non-existent. It's absolutely non-existent, man. Like, we can't defend. We can't defend. Players don't know where they need to be. Players are not communicating with each other properly. Tackling hasn't been great. Duels hasn't been great. And like I said, that needs to be addressed. You understand? We need to see more energy. We need to see more aggression when going into 50-50s. Because right now, we're losing the 50-50 battles, especially in the midfield and especially away from home. So we need to get back to that. Number three, the right back position, because Sabozai has been our best right back so far this season, but we badly need him in the midfield. Do you understand? Because he gives us that energy, he gives us that work rate, and also he gives us some quality on the ball. You understand, in the midfield, which we need. But because Bradley hasn't taken this right back spot to be his, because he's had a very disappointing start to the season, and Frimpong's been hit and miss. The right back situation is a problem and it's getting exposed. The left back situation is a problem, but I don't put it down to Kirkus. I put it down to Slot's tactics as to why Kirkus is looking the way he's looking. But hey, if I'm defending the player, I'm defending the player. Oh well. But yeah, the right back situation, Slot needs to figure out who's his best right back and play them, trust them, you understand? Because all this chopping and changing players to fit in that right back role is not working. The experiments needs to stop now. You understand? Pick who you think is the best suited to that right back role and just run with it up until whenever. And also another thing, attacking fluidity. Obviously against Chelsea between the 50th minute and the 75th minute, we looked a lot better going forward because we was able to progress the ball from defence to attack, given that Konate went off for Gravenberch in the defence. With his ball playing ability, he was able to create chances. Obviously, Verts came on, almost got himself a wonderful assist just for Salah to miss.
When I finish, yeah?
Yeah. And obviously, apologies for that. Obviously, Salah didn't have the best of the games. His shooting boots was off. Decision making was off. He done one amazing Travella for Isak. I feel like Isak should have scored, but again, it wasn't the best of games. Gakpo got himself a goal, but it wasn't the best of games. McAllister, same thing. Konate, same thing. Bradley, Kirk. That is, as a collective, we've been poor. And going forward, I feel like we're relying on individual brilliance way more in the attack compared to other seasons, you understand? And it takes time for chemistry to be built. It takes time for players to get used to each other. It takes time, you understand? Unfortunately, I don't like that because by the time I believe it will click, which is January, we could be further behind. And if that's the case, it'll be a massive failure for us on our behalf because we was messing around at this stage of the season. But when you're making so many changes to the squad and given everything that's happened both on and off the pitch, we have to take that into account. We can't just brush that because, you get me, it's having a massive effect on how we playing, bro. Let's be honest, it's having a massive effect. Even when we're winning, we can see in the players' faces, the enthusiasm wasn't there, the performances definitely wasn't there, and also, yeah, man, it's a challenging period. It's a very challenging period right now. You understand? So, yeah. I named the four things that's happening. Probably that's pressing, defensive structure. Yeah, one more thing. Build up play from defence to attack. I touched on that a bit because obviously we're giving Konate too many license on the ball and he's not comfortable on the ball. You understand? And because he's not comfortable on the ball, the line breaking passes that we need from our defence is not really working out like that. You understand that Konate is not really making the passes that are comfortable. The pace isn't there. It's not just him. Kirkus on the ball is looking shaky. Bradley or even Frimpong, even Sabozai to some degree, looks shaky on the ball. Van Dijk, he looks the best out of the ball, but even then, he has his moments. So I feel like in terms of building up from the back, you could say it's personnel, but I feel like Slot needs to change how we build up. You understand? And even in the midfield, when Gravenberch is receiving the ball to progress the ball, that should be McAllister. That does that. But McAllister's badly out of form, you understand? So when he does eventually do that, is he going to be on form to play the way we want him to play? Because McAllister is an amazing player. He's a spectacular player. He's an absolute joy to watch, but he's badly out of form. So yeah, there are the five things that I think that Slot needs to seriously sort out before we play Manchester United. And just before I round up this video, obviously our three defeats, looking at the last game against Chelsea, you understand? Because obviously I didn't do a match reaction on that, and I don't plan on doing that because I feel like there's deeper issues regarding that. This has been going on for the whole season. 4 big chances created. We created more big chances than Chelsea, same shots on target. It was very end-to-end, which I don't like. We need to get back to controlling games. And that's another thing as well. We don't control games the way we do last season. We're losing a lot of midfield battles, man. A lot, especially away from home. You understand? Both on the ball and off the ball. I mean, that needs to stop. 4 big chances created, miss. Obviously, Isak got himself a wonderful assist. And Isak has to come to central midfield to collect the ball and progress it because we're not progressing the ball to him. So he's being isolated. You understand? Mohamed Ashbili, he made his debut. Very happy for him. Long may it continue. Hopefully he gets more games and he will to prove himself. He made some nice saves. You understand? None of the goals, he couldn't have done anything about it. Caicedo's goal was a screamer. And even that goal, McAllister lost his duel and that gave the defence a lose-lose situation. You understand? Because if Van Dijk stepped out, people will be like, why the hell is he stepping out and leaving gusto with a free run at goal. But because he backed off, people are saying that he's playing cricket. So, you get me? It's a lose-lose situation. That all comes from the midfield. So, yeah, that's the player ratings. Gakpo got himself a goal, but I don't feel like Gakpo was that great. I don't feel like the ratings reflects his performance because there was countless times he got the ball on a counter attack and he didn't really make use of it. He lost the ball far too many times, physicality not being there, stuff like that. It is a tough season for what Van Dijk said, fully stand by. We need to stick together, 100%. McAllister coming off the Endo, even though McAllister weren't great, that's a negative change. It's almost like we should settle for a draw. Didn't happen as we lost in the last kick of the game. So 2 consecutive weeks away from home, we lost in the last kick of the game. Morale is low, momentum is low. You understand? But like I said at the start of the video, I fully trust Arne Slot to fix things. I fully trust the players to get back into form, and we need that because we need to show why we're champions. You understand? Mentality is real. Use it and use it as fuel. You understand? Because we are an amazing team, and trust me, it will click. It might be too late, but it might not. We need to pray that it's not, because once it clicks, trust me, you're going to be seeing a lot better football and better results. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the situation right now. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I don't sound defeated. I'm still confident, but the international break is going to be long. You understand? So, yeah, man, it's dark. It's dark right now. But hey, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, man, let's see how this international break goes, man. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. But until then, peace.